Good day, everyone. Welcome to our first webinar on the application of total quality management in education. With this, we are going to have three objectives for today's activity. By the way, I am your speaker, Regine Ibarra. So our first objective is to familiarize the total quality management principles. Second, identify quality measures. And third, enumerate some of the continuous quality improvement initiatives in higher education. Now, first, we are going to discuss first, who are the pioneers of the total quality management? One we have here, Walter Schuhart, who is considered to be the grandfather of the total quality management. Now, he stressed out the importance of adapting management processes to create profitable situations for both businesses and consumers. He also created the SPC chart. He also introduced the Plan, Do, Study, Act cycle, which later on was adopted by his friend William Edwards Deming. Now, William Edwards Deming was born in 1900s. He was an American engineer who was greatly influenced by the idea of Walter Schuhart. Now, because of the influence of Schuhart, Deming also adopted the PDCA cycle, or the Plan, Do, Check, and Adjust. He also introduced the systems of profound knowledge and many, many more. Now, another pioneer is Joseph Moses Juran. Now, who is Joseph Moses Juran? He was born in 1904. Juran was a Romanian-born American, and he contributed much on spiral progress in quality, Juran trilogy, and the Pareto principle. But actually, there are still many other contributions of these pioneers, but I just mentioned few of those. Another is Philip B. Crosby. He was born in West Virginia in 1926. He actually contributed the drift, or the DRIFT. He also introduced the zero defects, then the four absolutes of quality. What is total quality management? Now, according to the definitive text, total quality, a user's guide for implementation quality management, is a management technique based on the idea that all employees continuously improve their ability to provide on-demand products and services that customers will find of particular value. Now, what are the 8 quality management principles? Now, according to Pilgrim Blog 2015, now these are the 8 quality management principles. One, the customer focus. Of course, in an organization, we always see to it that we are going to meet the expectations of our customers. We have to meet their specifications. We need to understand and meet their current and future requirements. Then the leadership. Now, what does this refers to? Now, leaders establish and maintain the internal environment in which employees can become fully involved in achieving the organization's unified objectives. So if a leader can motivate his workers, then it would be very nice. So he can elicit the contributions of his workers. Third, involvement of people. Of course, leaders cannot do or cannot perform a task alone. He needs the involvement of his people with their total commitment. Fourth, process approach. Now, organizations enhance their performance when leaders manage and control their processes. Number 5, system approach to management. Organizations sustain success when processes are managed as one coherent quality management system. So for you to be able to come up with a successful product, of course, there should be sets of rules for you to follow as standard. Next, number 6, continuous or continual improvement. Now, you need to maintain current levels of performance, respond to changing conditions, and identify, create, and exploit new opportunities when they establish and sustain an ongoing focus on improvement. When you see that your products are already successful, do not be complacent, do not be reluctant. Always seek for continuous improvement. Who knows, later on, someone or some organization might be able to surpass what you have produced. So with that, you need to develop your products more and more for you to come up with the best. Number 7, fact-based decision making. Of course, making decisions should be based on gathered inputs from multiple sources. Identify facts, objectively analyze data, examining costs and effects, and considering potential consequences. So it should not be based only on feelings. It should be based on gathered data, and it should be from different sources, reliable different sources. Next, number 8, mutually beneficial supplier relationships. Organizations that carefully manage their relationships with suppliers and partners can nurture positive and productive involvement, support, and feedback from those entities. So just like an institution, a school institution, who are our partners, of course, we need the parent support, we need the community support, we need the local or the LGU support, and of course, the national support and even international support. With that, we will be able to achieve our goal. Now, what quality measures in education now? What country always rank as the world's best quality education provider? Now, when we talk about it, what country comes first in our mind? So I will be sharing to you a video which talks about a country known to be the top provider in terms of education, wherein all the countries are looking up to them. And maybe we can learn a lot from them as well.
It's 8 a.m. on a cold morning in the suburbs of Helsinki, and these primary school children are getting ready for class. This morning's lesson, ancient history.
Well, they are reading theirs, some texts about Egyptian ancient life. They are reading, and then I'm going to ask something, what did they find out from the book? I think we all are ready now.
This is a school system that for years has been among the world's best.
And then what about this gold one? Yeah, Minttu, please.
Ja miehetkin niin molemmat on käyttänyt meikkiä.
And yet these kids will spend half as much time in a classroom as Australian children.
When you go to the first grade, when you are 7 years old, the amount of hours is 20 hours a week. It's the minimum. And then it gets more hours the older you get, but it's still less than in many countries in Europe or in the world.
In Finland, it's individual teachers who decide how the curriculum is taught, including how much technology should feature in their classrooms.
Me tehdään sellaista pyramidiprojektia, missä nyt me kirjoitetaan hieroglyfeillä meidän nimet paperille ja sitten me tehdään Classroomista tehtäviä.
11-year-old Mintu Latumaki asks to leave class to work at the school's own student-run cafe.
You can go. Yeah, that's okay. Shut your book.
One cake for the cameraman, one cake for me, and 2 coffees. How much is it?
€2 and 60 cents.
How much change?
€2 and 40 cents.
Pesos. Perfect. Is there a tip jar? Do you have tips?
No.
No tips. Okay. In Finland, school lunches, like books and excursions, are free. The kids select what they want, sit down with their friends and teachers to eat before they clean up after themselves. The children rug up again to play outside. Some play a raucous version of soccer, some play basketball, while others wait for the hockey rink to open. There are plenty of options for bad weather days too. The facilities in this school are just amazing. Outside we saw an ice skating rink, and in here where the kids can play at lunchtime, there's a ping pong table, a pool table, and in here for the cold winter days they've got a room full of beanbags and couches, and there's even a PlayStation in the corner. It seems like it's such a rich school, you must get more money than other schools.
No, we don't. It saves money for everyone, actually. They take and borrow books.
In Finland, schools are not allowed to raise private funds or to charge fees from parents. All schools are equitably funded from taxation.
And in our system, everything is free for the students, actually. We don't collect any money from the parents.
We want our schools to be equal and have the equal opportunities to arrange the education. So therefore also the finance system need to be equal and treat equally all the schools.
Ja sitten tuossa tulee 16.
Mintu Latumaki's older brother Levi is in year 7, and this afternoon he's got maths.
We have like the last chapter before we have the next exam.
There are regular exams in Finland, but the results of these tests are not published and shared.
We have national tests, but the big difference is we don't compare schools that this is not good school, this is bad school. We just use the information that we evaluate ourselves.
But perhaps the single biggest difference in Finnish education is the standard of teaching. Levi's maths teacher, Una Arnes, speaks 5 languages and has postgraduate qualifications.
So every one of us, we have to have a master's degree to be teachers. So like, for example, me, I'm math and chemistry and physics teacher.
In Finland, a career as a teacher is highly sought after.
To enter the studies in university, actually it's really hard. They take something like 10% to study teaching. If you really want to be a teacher, it can't be your second or third or I don't know what kind of option. It has to be your first.
I believe that they know what is the best for our children. I'm not a teacher, I don't have that education, so we don't interfere their work.
In Finland, there's little anxiety about finding the right school for your child.
We trust that they have very good school, so we don't need to do any research work or...
I think that is not a question.
No.
Finland is a vastly different country with a tiny, homogenous society. But its education success must surely offer some lessons for Australia.
I would like to say that try to build the system that you trust the people.
And its investment in teachers seems an obvious place to begin.
The society respects the teachers. It means also the parents respect the teachers and they don't question the teachers. And that's in Finland a really huge thing.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30...
So if there is one word that I could use to describe Finland's education, the word is amazing. Isn't it amazing? Oh, absolutely yes. Now, is it possible for us to adopt that practice here in our country? Hopefully, yes. But even if we are far behind from their educational system, still we are going to strive for quality improvement. So we will be talking on continuous quality improvement. What is quality improvement or continuous quality improvement, by the way? Now, it refers to any school or instructional improvement process that unfolds progressively, that does not have a fixed or predetermined endpoint, and that is sustained over extended periods of time. The concept also encompasses the general belief that improvement is not something that starts and stops, but it's something that requires an organizational or professional commitment to an ongoing process of learning, self-reflection, adaptation, and growth. That is according to Education Reform 2014. Now, what is continuous improvement? There are 4 points to create the continuous improvement culture. With that, I'll be sharing to you my last video for today's activity. Now we will be talking on the continuous quality improvement initiatives in higher education. Now, according to Ayani Sally 2019, she mentioned that there are 2 elements of the quality assurance system that was introduced. Now, first, there should be a clear definition of learning objectives and continuous improvement. Second, an accreditation procedure. Now, no wonder that this time most of the prestigious universities are applying for the quality assurance system. That is for them to ensure that they are providing the best quality education. Now, what else? Now, the CQI initiatives in higher education also involve student body through a student representative. Student leaders are invited and they are asked some concerns, and they can recommend, suggest, or voice out during the meetings. Then, taking student service seriously, responding objectively and constructively. Another is they monitored employment service after graduation. It is not enough for universities for them to produce only graduates, but of course, after graduation, they monitor their graduates. Were they employed? Where do they work? What type of work? Was it related to their course? That is also considered by the institution. Another CQI initiatives of higher education is receiving feedback that serves data and is thoroughly examined by Programs Quality Assurance Committee. To ensure quality education, they are receiving suggestions, feedbacks from the stakeholders and other sources. According to Marian Wright Edelman, education is for improving the lives of others and for living your community and world better than you found it. I hope you have learned a lot from today's webinar. And for our today's activity, I have prepared some questions for you to answer. Just feel free to click the link down below. Thank you and God bless everyone.